Russia can attack Moldova. In December 2022, the head of the Information Security Service of Moldova, Alexandru Musteață, stated that Russia was preparing a coup d'etat in Chisinau. President Volodymyr Zelensky and the Ukrainian Intelligence Service also said that the Kremlin was preparing a coup in Chisinau. However, Russia does not have enough resources for open aggression, said Prime Minister of Moldova, Dorin Răcean. President Maia Sandu also confirmed that the republic is not threatened by war while Ukraine is fighting.
There is no danger of war in Moldova as long as Ukraine is fighting. I want to assure our citizens that Moldova is not threatened by war right now. The Russian army cannot get here as long as Ukraine is holding out and thus protecting Moldova. We are grateful to the Ukrainians for their courage and their love of freedom. Maia Sandu, President of Moldova, during a speech in the Parliament of Moldova.
Moscow does not abandon attempts to destabilize the situation in the region. The head of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Nicu Popescu, noted that the country is already the object of a hybrid war unleashed by Russia. The Kremlin supports pro-Russian forces in Moldova and sponsors pro-Russian rallies.
We see these protests as another attempt to destabilize the political and social situation by means of manipulating human consciousness, means that we identify as hybrid to turn the tide.
Революции за деньги не устраиваются.
Revolutions are not arranged for money. A revolution, or what they call a revolution, any kind of riots, yes, you can arrange destabilization for money, but it is impossible to change the power in the country for money. For this, there should be the support of a large part of the population, and the bulk of the Moldovan population is, after all, pro-European.
It is the integration of Moldova into the European Union and NATO that is the only salvation from further absorption by Russia, experts say. In the summer of 2022, the republic received the status of a candidate for EU membership. The next stage is the implementation of reforms. According to Moldovan President Maia Sandu, the country should become a full member of the Union by 2030.
The European Union last year gave the Republic of Moldova, rightly so, EU candidate status, but we also gave them a list of 9 reforms to do, particularly in the area of judiciary, fight against corruption. They are now working on these reforms, start negotiations now, but until the moment when they become an EU member state, we have to firstly help them financially so that the government can help the vulnerable categories of population overcome the situation with the high energy prices, high inflation, high energy bills, help the country financially, help them reduce energy dependency on Russia.
After Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, public opinion about joining NATO in Moldova changed in favor of the country's cooperation with the alliance. In addition, a number of countries declared their readiness to help Moldova in the development of the defense sector, and in 2023 the government of the country began to save less on the security sector.
Defense spending has increased, but here it should be noted that earlier these costs amounted to 0.34% of GDP. Now they are 0.55%. That is, they do not even reach 1%. They still remain low, and Moldova still does not reach the standards that are needed. Artem Filipenko, expert of the National Institute for Strategic Studies, in an interview with the project News of the Sea of Azov.
Russia planned to take Moldova under its full control until 2030. This became known thanks to investigative journalists who received the Kremlin's plan, Russia's strategic goals in the Republic of Moldova, neutralize Moldova's initiatives to eliminate the presence of the Russian military in Transnistria, create pro-Russian sentiments among the country's political and economic elite, and prevent cooperation with NATO. All these are the points of the scenario of Moscow, which is trying to gain control over Moldova. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Valeria Nekapelova, UATV News.